Introducing the most delicious orange cake you will ever try. It literally has whole oranges in the batter. That includes the skin and everything. And if you know anything about orange oil and orange zest, that's where the most intense flavor of the orange comes from. It's all that beautiful oils that are in the skin of the orange. So we are using this whole entire orange. Now, as you see, I am using these little small clementine oranges. So I mentioned this recipe is going to be for 1-layer cake, but of course I do need 2 layers for this cake. So I made one ahead of time, and now I'm only making 1 layer here for you on the video. So into the food processor, I have my oranges, my sugar, some plant milk, vegetable oil, vanilla extract, salt, and cardamom, because this is an orange cardamom cake. And now for the dry, I have some egg replacer, baking powder, and the flour. Give that another spin, and that is how easy it is. A smooth, delicious orange batter. Look at the chunks of orange through here. Ooh, I can smell this. It's so delicious. Into my greased and parchment lined 8-inch cake pan. Typically, you know that I always make 7-inch cake layers, but today I wanted to go for a little bit more rustic, comfy, home style look with a thick 2-layer 8-inch cake. I've already got my oven preheating to 350 degrees, and this is gonna take about 27 minutes to bake. So let's go ahead and pop this into the oven, and in the meantime, we're going to whip up our orange cardamom buttercream icing. So while our cake is baking, we can go ahead and whip up the orange cardamom buttercream icing. Now, I have several recipes for buttercream on my website, and today I'm using the American style buttercream because I'm super lazy and it is the easiest recipe to make. I do use all vegan butter, and I have 3 cups of that here. It's been sitting out for about an hour, so it is a little bit softened up. If your vegan butter is super salty, you are going to leave out the salt in the recipe, but I do use a pinch of it in mine. I do have some vanilla bean paste that I'll be using, in addition to some butter vanilla emulsion, which I love as an addition to my buttercream recipe. Of course, we will be putting in some more ground cardamom to match the cardamom in that orange cake. And of course, buttercream is made with confectioner's sugar. Definitely buy organic confectioner's sugar so that you make sure that it is vegan. And we do have to sift it. That is the key to a light and fluffy buttercream recipe. So now that I have my vegan butter softening up and getting whipped on this mixer, I'm going to add in that cardamom and the orange zest. And then I'm going to add the vanilla extract. And once that is all whipped up, it's going to take about 5 minutes to get it really nice and fluffy. I start adding in the sifted confectioner's sugar a little bit at a time. And then once it's all incorporated, just give it a really good whip on high speed for about a minute. Now, this is no shortening. You can see how stable it really is. Now, this is such a super moist cake that we really don't need any simple syrup to moisten the layers. But of course, feel free if you wanted to add a little bit of simple syrup to it. I might want to add some orange Grand Marnier liqueur to it. But for this one, I'm going to keep it really rustic and really just home style. So a little bit of that orange cardamom buttercream for the filling, and we're also going to use the rest of it for the icing as well. I was contemplating keeping this sort of like a naked style cake and not icing the whole thing. A lot of times I have a vision for a cake in my head before I start, and then once I get to the end, it's completely different and has gone in a totally different direction. So I don't know, I'm kind of loving this buttercream, so I think I'm going to do a full icing on it. This combination of orange cake with orange scented buttercream and cardamom throughout, you guys, this cake is so perfect. I don't know that I've ever tasted such a light and fluffy cake, and it can't be any easier. You just throw it all into the food processor and you are done. Holiday baking never was easier than this. So head on over to Gretchen'sVeganBakery.com to grab all the recipes, and until next time, happy vegan baking. Bye for now.